Good morning, happy Monday, welcome to a new reading vlog. I just am exporting last week's reading vlog, getting that uploaded, but I read quite a bit last week, so going into this week I'm hoping to also have a successful week of reading. I am currently reading The Geography of Lost Things by Jessica Brody, and I was on page, I want to say like 230 when I woke up this morning, but actually no, 260 I believe, but now I'm on page 381, so I've been doing really well with like waking up, and the first thing I do on days that I don't work is read. It has been a really great thing to do. I'm still kind of working on having the last thing that I do before going to bed be reading, but I have been doing it the past couple of days, so I'm happy about that. Last week, if you watched my vlog, I was so excited about reading again, and I'm still feeling like that, so I want to keep it going with the books that I'm reading. I want to continue with DNFing if I'm not liking it, so then I'm prioritizing things that I do actually enjoy. So this is 450 pages. I don't know why contemporaries have been so long recently, but I should definitely be able to finish this, and then I don't know what I'm gonna pick up next. I still do really want to read on the come up, so I think that might be my next read, and then after that I'll start venturing into fantasy, because fantasy is what makes up the majority of my TBR right now, but contemporaries have been really great for getting out of my slump, because fantasy is horrible for getting out of a reading slump, at least for me personally, because you have to learn like this whole new world and everything. It's just very difficult. A whole new world. You knew I had to do that. But when I finish this book, which will definitely probably hopefully happen today, that's when I'll decide what I'm going to pick up next. I'm thinking right now it's gonna be on the come up, but I'm just listening to my mood and seeing where that takes me. So my hair's a little bit wet right now because I'm going to film today. I was supposed to film on Friday, but I didn't end up doing that, and now I have to do that today. But I'm excited to get filming. I'm doing a wrap up and a TBR, so nothing really exciting, but I still am really excited about filming it. I just feel like DNFing has just reignited this love of reading in me, which seems so counterproductive, but honestly I highly recommend that you allow yourself to DNF because it's very life-changing. I'm just hopeful that we'll be able to keep this good mood up, but I'm going to go and plan out my wrap-up, kind of formulate my thoughts a little bit more, and then get to filming. Hi babies. They're cuddling to stay warm against the snow and cold that's happening outside. I'm going to stay warm by having some soup for lunch. I'm having this delicious chicken enchilada soup. It looks so good and I can't wait to eat it. And while I'm having that, I'm going to read some more of this. I think I read for a little bit too long this morning because now I'm kind of running a bit behind on things. So I'm gonna read this, have lunch, and then get ready and film, or else I'm gonna run out of time. So it's 1 p.m. I haven't started filming yet. I did do my makeup, but I still need to put on lipstick and everything. But I finished my makeup, and then I had like 20 pages of this left, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna finish this, and I ended up finishing it, and I really enjoyed it. I thought that it went through a lot more than I was expecting it to, which is actually what happened with her last book for me, The Chaos of Standing Still, which I really enjoyed. So I don't know why I went into this one again expecting it to be just a fun little romance, like maybe a little bit emotionally intense, but it was like pretty emotionally intense. Like it wasn't anything that made me cry, but I saw the character going through so much and working through a lot of her demons and fighting them off, and she went through a lot of self-realization over the course of this book and the course of this trip, because it's her going on a road trip with her ex. She has inherited this old car from her father, who was pretty estranged, and he just passed away, and that's what he left her, is this old car. So she's going on this road trip to sell the car, and she can't drive stick, so she needs her ex-boyfriend to come with her. So I was like, there's gonna be a lot of like sexual tension, it's gonna be a good steamy romance, but it wasn't that. It really wasn't. The romance wasn't what kept me reading this book. It was honestly the main character, Allie, and her struggles. I think she went through a lot, and there was a lot addressed in here. I love the fact that she was obsessed with personality quizzes. I thought that was such a fun little thing, and it was really telling. You got to know a lot about her. I feel like there was really only 3 characters in this book, and that was her, the ex-boyfriend Nico, and her father. They were the main characters, even though obviously her father wasn't really present. I would of like to know more about her friend back home, June, and about her mother in particular, because I know she had a really strong relationship with her mother, but I totally understand why I didn't see that, and that's because the book is entirely on this trip, so her mother's not there. But I would say that the story went places that I wasn't expecting it to, and I had a great time reading it. It was really impactful and made me think a lot, which was great. Now I gotta get to filming. So I got my filming done. I think it's almost 4. Oh no, it's only 3:30, but I have the footage importing right now for that, and then was maybe gonna start editing for Wednesday. I mean, I guess I should because it's Monday, but I don't know if I'll actually end up doing that, but I'm glad that I got those videos filmed. Now I'm just kind of hanging out, and I'm glad that I finished a book today too. So I think I'm going to pick up on the come up and try and read maybe a chapter of this, and then I'll get into editing. So I exchanged the TBR cart that I got at IKEA on Sunday that I got, and it was a bad one, so I exchanged it for one that's actually good, and I'm just gonna insert some footage of me building it that's from the last time that I built it because I didn't film it this time. So I'll show you me setting it up, building it, all that stuff. So here we go. So I have my TBR cart all set up, and it's gonna be a bit of trial and error. I feel like figuring out what I want to have on there, the order that works the best, those kinds of things. So right now, how I have it, I'm not like entirely attached to. I'm just gonna kind of figure out how I want it as I go. But I was planning on putting it right here, but I don't want to cover the vent, so instead I have it right here. So it is kind of covering my dresser, but like I can easily move it. Like it rolls very well, so I'm not too worried about that. But here's the whole thing here. So the idea for this is to call attention to my TBR. I don't really have space for a TBR shelf anymore, and I like the look of having all of my books in one. I don't really like having a TBR shelf. So ideally one day, maybe in the very, very distant future, I'll be able to fit my entire TBR on here. Don't know if that will ever happen. That's like crazy talk, but you never know. So right now I have it set up with my arcs on the top, which I like because these are the books that really I should be prioritizing. So I have them in order from March to August, and then I have a couple. This one came out in February, and then this one came out in January, and I just didn't get the chance to read them, so I have those on here as well. And then behind that, I have the 3 mugs that I had on my bookshelves that have the bookmarks in them. So I've got Alice, the Cheshire Cat, and the White Rabbit, and I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to keep these here. I kind of like the idea of having bookmarks near my TBR because that's obviously helpful, but you can't really see the mugs, which kind of sucks. So maybe I could push back the books and have the mugs in front of them. I'm not too sure yet. But on the second level, I have the books that I am most interested in and the books that I'm hoping to get to soon. So it's funny because I filmed my TBR earlier today and I cannot for the life of me remember what was on it. Actually, that's not true. I feel like a lot of arcs were on it, but I don't want to take the arcs from here to put them here. I want to keep them in there. So instead I have a few other books that I would like to try and get to soon. So it's not really a monthly TBR, but it is books that I want to try and prioritize, and hopefully I will be in the mood for them soon. But if I'm not going to force it. And then similarly, I have on the bottom the sequels that I would like to get to soon because I've fallen really behind with sequels. So I feel like having them all in one spot is going to be helpful and help me to finally get to some of them. So yeah, that's the TBR cart. I feel like it's going to be really nice to have all of this stuff in one spot, especially my arcs, to have them visible so they're not in my closet anymore. I'm going to really like that. But I didn't end up getting any editing done. I kind of slacked off because I didn't even get any reading done, so I'm definitely going to try and end my day with reading because I need to work on that. Good morning. I'm here with a little Lucy who has come to sleep on my bed. Say hello. She's very happy to be here. But it is Tuesday morning and it's I think 10 a.m. I went and got a coffee and I've been reading on the come up for the past couple of hours, I would say. So I'm on page 102. I only read like 10 pages last night before bed just because I was really tired. So like I was trying to stay up and read a little bit more, but I kept on falling asleep. So I kind of made up for that today because I'm trying to hit like 100 pages a day and I'm already at 100 pages and I really wasn't reading for all that long. So I'm really really happy that this seems to be going by pretty quickly. But I also got my FAIRYLOOT today, so I'm going to do another silent unboxing because I really liked how it turned out last time. I thought it was fun, and I will have the link to FAIRYLOOT down below as well as a coupon code for you guys to check out. For this month's FAIRYLOOT was A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmer, and I didn't know, a couple of things surprised me about this. So one, I didn't know that it was a Beauty and the Beast retelling and a modern retelling at that, so that's interesting to me. And this UK copy is so small. The spine is like amazing. It's so silver and shiny, so it makes me happy, but it's so small because I feel like the US one is, I'm trying to find, well, it's probably about this size. So like I should put that in front. In comparison, this is so small, so very confusing to me, but I have been seeing this book everywhere and I don't know that much about it. I remember a couple of people getting it at Book Expo and I just didn't know what it was. I thought it was an adult book, to be honest, but like I would be lying if I said I wasn't intrigued. So I think this is going to go on my TBR cart on my hopefully will read soon. It looks super intriguing and that spine just kills me, so hopefully I'll be able to get to this soon. But thank you very much to FAIRYLOOT for sending me their box. Look at how small it is though. Like it's smaller than some of my paperbacks and it's definitely smaller than US hardcovers, so very confusing. But my plan for today is to get some editing done. I have to edit tomorrow's video and I want to get a head start on editing Friday's video because it's a collab, so those take a pretty good chunk of time to edit and get uploaded, so want to try and get ahead on all of that stuff and hopefully I'll be able to. I don't know. I really need to get to work now because it's probably like 10:30ish. Yeah, it's 10:30, so I need to stop procrastinating and get to it. I said procrastinating funny, but you get the point. Okay, I took this out to put the bookmark that they sent with it in there, and I discovered that it has a ribbon bookmark in it. Oh my god, that's so exciting. I know that's like the smallest possible thing, but you never get ribbon bookmarks in books that aren't like classics and collectible editions, so I was just really surprised to see that. So I now have two bookmarks for it because I have the ribbon and this one. So I have my chicken enchilada soup again because it's delicious and I'm gonna read some of On the Come Up. I finished editing my one video, so that's exporting right now. I don't really have anything until like 4. I'm gonna go to boxing at 4, but right now I'm just kind of working on some different things, so I think I'm going to start with editing Friday's video because it would be nice to at least have a start on that, so then I won't really have to worry about it too much on Wednesday or Thursday. So it is, I honestly don't even know what time it is. It must be like about 6. Yeah, it's about 6 right now and I look like a hot mess because I just got back from boxing not too long ago, so I was all sweaty and tired, and now I'm just tired and no longer really sweaty, but I still look like I was like run over by a truck or something. But I'm just making dinner right now, and while I'm making dinner I'm gonna read my book, which is why I'm going up to my room to get my book. So I got some editing done on my Harry Potter collab that's going out on Friday. I didn't fully finish it, but I would say I'm about like halfway through the rough cut, and then I'm gonna have to go through a few times because it's very long and it's like longer than I want it to be, so I'm gonna have to sort that stuff out. But since I've started boxing and I'm also doing personal training with boxing, I've gotten myself so many pieces of workout clothing because I just feel like I have an excuse now, and I didn't have that much, so I've just been shopping for it endlessly. But I'm gonna change into some comfy PJ clothes, read some of this, and wait for my dinner to cook. So it's about 9 and I'm just about to head to bed because I work tomorrow morning, so I have to be up at like 4:20, but I'm 180 pages into this and I'm still going to read a little bit more before bed while I fall asleep. So I'm so happy that I'm still reading really quickly, and I feel like I might be ready for a fantasy next. I don't know, I'm gonna try it, but first I need to get through this, which I am enjoying so far, so yay. Amazing. Goodbye. Good morning. So happy Wednesday. I just got home from work. I literally look like I rolled out of bed because I rolled out of bed and went to work because I can do that. But when I was at work, I picked something up, so I'm gonna show you. Are you helping, Lucy? Not really, but it's fine because you're cute. So I picked up Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So this is the first Bookmarked book club book pick. I'm actually going to take off the sticker, but it's also Reese Witherspoon's book club pick. Oh, that's not a sticker. It doesn't come off. That's annoying. But I wasn't sure if I was going to buy it right away, but we had a ton of them and it was on sale, so I ended up getting it for super cheap, which is exciting. And we have the paperback, which I love when they do. We'll get like the international editions every now and again for certain books, and this one we got it. So I'm very excited about it because I love me a good paperback and I can't wait to read it with you all. I think it's going to be really fun. I'm very excited for our first bookmarked pick, and I'm going to put this on my TBR cart because I now love the fact that I get a book and then I have a specific place to put them. It is awesome. Obviously, it's not a reading vlog of mine if I don't have a package to open. So this package is from Macmillan. I requested a couple of arcs and I honestly don't even remember what I requested, even though I sent the email like a week ago. So there's that, but let's see what's in here. So first, we have We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal. I apologize if I pronounced that incorrectly. I'm really bad with pronunciation, but this is coming out in May of this year, so May 14th. This book sounds so cool. It's about this hunter and this prince, and both of them are very well known for their achievements, but neither of them really wants to be, and it's actually set in a richly detailed world inspired by ancient Arabia, which sounds so cool. So the girl that's a hunter is disguised as a boy, and she embarks on this quest to uncover a lost artifact that can restore magic to her suffering world and stop the which the Ars is a forest that she goes through to feed her people. But it's not just any forest, it's a cursed forest. And the prince is sent by the tyrannical king on a similar mission, but he has to retrieve the artifact and kill the hunter. So like, sounds like there's gonna be some like opposing forces there. This just sounds so cool and like a really high stakes fantasy, which I love. So I'm very excited to read this, and thank you very much to Fierce Reads for sending this to me. And the final book that Fierce Reads sent me was The Merciful Crow by Margaret Owen. This one is coming out on July 30th. Honestly, ever since like Six of Crows, anything that has crows or birds, I'm just like, yes, intrigued. Plus this has such a beautiful cover. So it follows a future chieftain, a fugitive prince, and a too cunning bodyguard. It looks like there's different casts that have to do with birds, which is so cool. I feel like this is gonna have a really cool magic system, so I'm very excited for it. So I haven't been doing anything but sitting in my unmade bed reading all day. I'm on page 273 of On the Come Up, and I'm probably gonna read for a little bit more, but I also feel like I should maybe do something a little bit productive because I've literally just been sitting here and I haven't really done anything. I mean, reading is productive, but like, I feel like I don't know. I do need to edit my March TBR, which I didn't think was going to go up until next week, but we ended up having to push our collab post date back, or not back. Yeah, back. I don't know why, but my brain is just not working right now, but that will be going up next Wednesday, so now I need a video for Friday, but luckily I already had something filmed, which is great. So I have my wrap up going up today, and then my TBR will be going up on Friday, and I feel like I should start editing that, but will I do it? I don't know. We'll see. I also feel like I should like kind of plan out videos and get a little bit organized with it because I've been super bad about that recently, so I just need to get my life together is what we've established. Will it ever happen? Ha ha ha! Stay tuned, folks. It won't. Spoiler alert. Look at this icon living his best life. Are you very happy, buddy? Yeah? Excellent. Also, his belly's bald because he always licks his fur off of his belly, so he's fine. He just has anxiety, so same. But look at how beautiful he is. He's been sitting like this for like 10 minutes. It's ridiculous. And then we have the adorable Lucy there. So much cuteness is happening. Have I left my bed? Yes. Have I left my bed for an extended period of time? No. I would like to say that I've been sitting here reading, but I've been sitting here doing absolutely nothing. It's just been a lazy day today. I promise you, I have moved from this spot. I actually haven't been here for a few hours. It is now 10 o'clock and I'm about to go to bed, but I finished On the Come Up by Angie Thomas, so it's only the 6th of the month and I've already read 3 books. I don't know who I am anymore. I'm having an identity crisis, but I like this bitch a lot more than the other one. But this is my second 5 out of 5 star read of the year. I'm so happy. It was so good. I just love Angie Thomas's writing. She has a very distinct style and it really works for her, and I didn't know what to expect from this book because The Hate You Give exploded onto the scene and it was such an amazing and important story, so I didn't know if this one would have as much of a hard-hitting aspect to it, but it really did. But it also held its own and was also a really fun story. I love the fact that she focuses on family so much in her books. That's like my favorite part of it, and she just creates characters that are so vivid and real that you believe that they could actually exist, and that was exactly what happened with Bree. So I really enjoyed learning about her and her story as she tried to become a rapper, and nothing was disappointing. I loved it so much, and I feel like Angie Thomas, like everything she writes is going to be like this. She's going to come out with some unbelievable stuff. So now that I'm finished with this, I think I might do an urban fantasy. So I'm thinking A Curse So Dark and Lonely. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, so I will be kind of familiar with the story, and it must be an urban fantasy because it's marked as fantasy in a bunch of places, and there's a prince, but the main character is also from Washington, DC, I believe. I am going to stop listening to the audiobook for The Last Magician. I don't remember if I mentioned that I was listening to that or not, but if I didn't, I am. But I just don't think the audiobook is the route for me to go with that story because I keep on just drifting and then being like, wait, what happened? So I'm going to actually physically read it rather than listen to the audiobook. So I also need to find a different audiobook to listen to. I don't know what I'm going to listen to. Daisy Jones and the Six maybe, but we shall see. For now, I'm going to probably start A Curse So Dark and Lonely and then go to bed. Good night, Jackson. Good morning. So it's Thursday. I'm just about to head out and get a few groceries because I'm gonna make like a slow cooker meal since I'm going to the gym tonight. So it will just be easier if I make something in the slow cooker that I can have quickly when I get back. But I did some reading last night. Hello, music. I was actually doing some reading this morning, which is why that was a Disney, whatchamacallit, instrumental that was playing because I started reading A Curse So Dark and Lonely, which is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So I was like, I want to listen to something like princessy. So I've been listening to Disney instrumentals while I've been reading that, and I'm about 68 pages in right now, I think. So I'm gonna stick with it right now. I don't have too many thoughts, but I guess we'll see as I get further into it. But right now I'm gonna get some groceries done. So I'm home. I got my groceries. I also got my coffee. Where did I put my coffee though? Oh, here it is. But I like desperately need to start drinking this coffee because I am so tired, and I don't know why because like I went to bed at a decent time yesterday, but I have so much that I need to do today. I need to edit a video for tomorrow. I need to respond to some emails. I have so much I need to get done. But the first thing that I'm going to do is make these slow cooker turkey meatballs for dinner. It is now noon. I made my meatballs for tonight, and I also had a breakfast sandwich for lunch because I'm a rebel. But it's later because I ended up having to go out and run and get breadcrumbs because I forgot that I needed them for the recipe, and usually we have them, but we had run out. So I went to 2 places because I couldn't find them. It was just all very annoying. So I am only now starting on what I have to do today, so I'm gonna start with responding to some emails and stuff and then get to editing. But I really wanted to be further along in things by now, but oh well, it's just one of those days, I guess. So I was just about to start with my editing when UPS rolled up with a package, so let's open it. Also, I did my best to make my bed, but Ella is curled up like the tiniest, sweetest little bean, and it is just so much for me. You're so cute. beautiful girl is lying on my bed trying to get some sleep. Anyways, this package is from Indigo and I'm very excited because I think I know what it is. Ooh, I do! So Indigo got these book sleeves, which are absolutely amazing. I was so excited when we got them in store. They're called Book Besties, I believe. So they sent me one of each. This one is my absolute favorite. I saw this and I just about died. Look at the cat. It's got the little ears and then it has a little tail. Oh my god. I'm honestly so obsessed with it. Oh, so it fits like a good sized hardcover, because most of them I feel like you can only fit a hardcover that's about this size, but this actually fits in here snugly, but it definitely fits. I don't feel like I shoved it in there and it would be damaging my book at all. So exciting. Then this next one is the Galaxy print. This one is a different feel. The other one's cloth and this one is more of like a pleather feel, but it's such a pretty purple galaxy pattern. I love book sleeves because I hate damaging my books and they get damaged so easily when I'm carrying them in my purse or backpack or whatever. The next one is another one of the cloth ones, and this one says just one more chapter on it, and it's a girl reading, and then the back there you can see it's the back of her reading. So cute. I just love it. And the final one is once again that pleathery feel, and this one is coral with these pretty flowers on it. So thank you very much to Indigo for sending these to me. I'm so excited to use them. I have so many book sleeves now that I'm gonna have to find a spot to put all of them. So I also started a new audiobook. I started listening to Dear Evan Hansen by Val Emick. I found out it is. I've been saying Val Emick because I mean I feel like that's what you would think it would be pronounced as, but no, it's Emick. So I decided to go for the audiobook because someone said that like the musical aspect comes into it. I haven't really gotten much of that yet, but I'm not very far into it at all. I don't even know how far I am. I was surprised to learn that it's dual perspective though. I guess we'll see how the rest of the story goes, but for now I'm going to stop listening to my audiobook and I'm going to get to editing. So I finished the first round of edits on my video. I'm just watching it through right now because I did my first round, which I do without audio, and I do it backwards and just cut out like pauses and stuff like that. So right now I'm just watching it through, seeing if I missed anything and kind of fine tuning and all of that stuff. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to work on my planner because I haven't been using it and I really want to get back into using it, and my calendar, and plan out some videos because I can multitask while I'm watching my video, which I hate this part. It's so tedious, but I need to do it. So I'm done with my video. I have to do the thumbnail still, but I'll do that later tonight. But I planned out some videos. I have it on 3 calendars just so then I don't miss anything. So that is all done. But now I wanted to show you guys, I ended up finding a spot for my book sleeves on my TBR cart. So the back of my TBR cart is kind of like reading accessories, I guess, because I have the bookmarks on top here, but then I put all the book sleeves on the other levels. So I have some here and some here because they wouldn't all fit on one level because I have that many. I really like this. I feel like it's like a one-stop station for me to figure out what I want to read next, and I have all the things that I need, and yeah. Obviously I thought the idea of a TBR cart was cool. I mean, I bought one, but I actually like it more than I would have thought. It's just, I feel like really motivating for wanting to read something. So it's 10:30 and I'm going to bed. I'm gonna read 10 more pages of this because I want to keep to my goal of hitting 100 pages every day. So I'm at page 90 right now. Today is just not a great reading day, not because I started with a fantasy or anything. I just scared the crap out of Luna. I'm sorry, but just because I didn't have a lot of time for reading today. So all night I've been working on editing this vlog and I'm gonna go to bed now. Hello, happy Sunday. Long time no see. I'm really trying to keep these vlogs at a reasonable length, and I've actually already edited this one and it's at about half an hour, which I did a poll on Twitter and that seemed to be where you guys like them to kind of stay, but I think I can do a poll in the video too, so I'm gonna try and do that as a card on this side or this side. I feel like it's probably on this side, but if you could let me know what your preferred vlog length is, that would be very helpful. So I'm thinking anywhere from 20-ish minutes to 35 minutes at the very most. So if that works for you, please let me know. But since we last spoke, I have actually finished another book. So I finished Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor and Jenkins Reid, which you guys didn't even know that I was reading because I wasn't reading it. I just picked it up today and I'm done it already. So I listened to the audiobook, and honestly it was my favorite audiobook that I have ever listened to. I genuinely think that if I had actually read the book physically, I don't think I would have enjoyed it nearly as much as I did. I loved it so much. It's told in like an interview format, and it's set in the 1970s and follows this rock band that has broken up, and you literally just feel like you know these people. You feel like they're real people and you're hearing their stories. You're getting a behind the scenes look at what it's like to be in a rock band in the 1970s, and Daisy is a character that you just come to care for, and all of them just come to life off the pages. It was just so good, and I really liked Evelyn Hugo, but I didn't love it. But this one I loved. I feel like, I don't know if it's because I had already heard all this hype for Evelyn Hugo, but this is how much I was expecting to enjoy Evelyn Hugo. But I'm really glad that this was so good. I feel like it was an excellent pick for the first Bookmarked book club book, and I can't wait to discuss it with everyone. But before this, I was listening to Dear Evan Hansen, the audiobook, and I put it down because I knew that I had a shift this morning where I could listen to an audiobook my whole shift, and I started it, and then I had like an hour and something left when I was on my way home. So then when I got home, I was just like, I'm just gonna go up in my room, put in my headphones, and finish this because I need to know what is going to happen. So it was just so great, and I highly, highly, highly recommend the audiobook. I have a link down below for Audible. If you guys want to check it out, you can get a free trial and you can get a free audiobook, and I highly recommend this one. Honestly, I'm not even trying to self-promo myself. I'm just trying to self-promo this book. It was so good. But I do plan on picking up Dear Evan Hansen again, and I'm gonna give it a little bit more before I decide if I'm gonna DNF it, because I'm kind of considering DNFing it, but I do want to give it a teeny bit more and see if I do start to fall into step with the story. But if not, I'm gonna give up on it. But that's really all that's been going on. I have been reading this. Yesterday was the first day that I didn't read 100 pages, but I don't get a lot of reading done on the weekend, but I am on page 260, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to try and get 100 pages done today, but like I said, weekends are weird, so I don't know if that will actually happen, but I will update you probably when I'm ready to wrap up this whole vlog. So I'm about to go to bed, so I'm going to wrap up this week's reading vlog by giving you my ratings for the books that I read this week. I finished 3 books total, and I'm currently making my way through 2 of them. I haven't picked up the audiobook for Dear Evan Hansen again yet, but probably tomorrow, if not the next day, and then I'll make a decision about that. But I am still reading A Curse So Dark and Lonely, and I haven't read any more, so I'm still on, I think it was like page 260 or something like that. But like I said, I did manage to finish 3 books total, so I'm really happy about that. And if you want more thoughts, I will give them in my wrap-up, which I think I'm going to do not an end of the month wrap-up, but like a recent read sort of thing. I don't know, that's besides the point. But the first book that I finished was The Geography of Lost Things by Jessica Brody, which I gave a 4 out of 5 stars. Next, I finished On the Come Up by Angie Thomas, which I gave a 5 out of 5 stars. Finally, today I ended up finishing Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which I also gave a 5 out of 5 stars. I've given, I think, 3 books this year so far, at least 5 out of 5 stars, and 2 of them were this week, and then I had a 4-star read. This was just a great reading week overall, so I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Like I said, had a great time this week, and hopefully I'll be able to keep this up. I feel like it is kind of doomed to just go down from here, but I'm still kind of hopeful. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!